Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to have a vocabulary lesson in Unit 9, Lesson 3, City Guide. So now let's start to see our new words for this lesson. So the first word, something like book or map in order to guide you. Something like book or map in order to guide you. So it's a city guide, city guide. City guide. Of course, it's a noun. For example, we should buy a city guide before visiting Paris. We should buy a city guide before visiting Paris. Let's move to the next word. Slow running as a form of exercise. Slow running as a form of exercise. So it's jogging, jogging, jogging. And also it's a noun. For example, I met my friend while jogging in the park. I met my friend while jogging in the park. Let's move to the next one. Here we have buildings, buildings. For example, you can see a lot of skyscrapers and buildings in New York City. Let's move to the next. Special cloth means costume. Special cloth means costume. For example, his costume was the best of all. His costume was the best of all. Let's move to the next one. The one who visits places. So who knows the one who visits places is called visitor. Is called visitor, and of course it's a noun. For example, the visitor stayed in the hotel. The visitor stayed in the hotel. The next one. Truth. So truth means fact. Truth means fact. For example, in fact, she said it was for me. In fact, she said it was for me. The next one. Cause. So here we have cause is the synonym or the same meaning of reason, reason. And of course, it's a noun. For example, please give me a reason for being late. The next one. Relaxing. Relaxing means comfortable. Relaxing means comfortable. For example, my feet hurt me because my shoes aren't very comfortable. The next one. Fail to remember or can't remember. So it means forget. It means forget. And of course, forget is a verb. So forget is a verb. What is the antonym of forget? Let's see. Remember. So the antonym of forget is remember. And of course, it's a verb also. For example, don't forget your umbrella, it's raining outside. Don't forget your umbrella, it's raining outside. The next one. Fantastic or outstanding. So it means brilliant. It means brilliant. And brilliant is an adjective. For example, it's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea. The next. Here we have some expressions. The first one is have a picnic, have a picnic, have a picnic. Like, let's have a picnic next Friday. So here we have a picnic. So don't forget the verb, have a picnic. The next one, go for a walk, go for a walk. For example, what about going for a walk? So it's a brilliant idea. The next one is go jogging, go jogging. For example, she goes jogging every day. She goes jogging every day. The next one, walk around, walk around. For example, we were walking around in the garden. We were walking around in the garden. The next expression is on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. For example, the bank is on the right-hand side after the school. Or the park is on the left-hand side after the hospital. So here we have on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. The last one is make sure. to make sure. So be careful, to make sure. Like, make sure that you bring a city guide before we leave. So now let's move to the pupils book. So now open your pupils page 86. So here we have some notes from some people. So let's read the first one. Dear city guide, there are two things I usually like about living in Barcelona. The first is that the city is by the sea. Visitors should bring swimming costumes so that they can swim. The second is that the city is really beautiful and there are some really amazing buildings. You might spend all day walking around, so make sure you bring comfortable shoes and a camera. This was from Maria Cards. So let's read it again. Dear city guide, there are two things I really like about living in Barcelona. The first is that the city is by the sea. Visitors should bring swimming costumes so that they can swim. The second is that the city is really beautiful and there are some really amazing buildings. You might spend all day walking around, so make sure you bring comfortable shoes and a camera. This was from Maria Cards. So here I have some questions about the first note. So the first question, what is the first thing that Maria likes about Barcelona? So you have 1 minute to find the answer. Again, I will repeat the question. What is the first thing that Maria likes about Barcelona? So the answer will be, the first is that the city is by the sea. The answer will be that the city is by the sea. Another question, what should the visitors bring with them? What should the visitors bring with them? So the answer, visitors should bring swimming costumes so that they can swim. Again, visitors should bring swimming costumes so that they can swim. Let's move to the next note. Dear city guide, I love living in Melbourne because you can meet so many people. There are people here from all over the world. Some days you might hear 10 different languages. I also like the fact that you can get lots of different kinds of food. I always like to try it. This was from Paul Bell. Again, let's read it again. Dear city guide, I love living in Melbourne because you can meet so many people. There are people here from all over the world. Some days you might hear 10 different languages. I also like the fact that you can get lots of different kinds of food. I always like to try it. This was from Paul Bell. Okay, here I have a question about this. How many languages can you hear in Melbourne? Again, how many languages can you hear in Melbourne? So try to find the answer, please. Yes, right. The answer will be, some days you might hear 10 different languages. So in Melbourne, you can hear 10 different languages. Let's move to the third one. Dear city guide, one reason that I like London is because it's so green. There are a lot of parks and everyone goes to them a lot. You can go for a walk, have a picnic, or go jogging. There are also some fantastic museums and some of them are free. The shops are brilliant too. But you shouldn't forget your umbrella because it rains a lot. This was from Sandra Bauer. Again, I will read it again. Dear city guide, one reason that I like London is because it's so green. There are a lot of parks and everyone goes to them a lot. You can go for a walk, have a picnic, or go jogging. There are also some fantastic museums and some of them are free. The shops are brilliant too, but you shouldn't forget your umbrella because it rains a lot. This was from Sandra Bauer. So here I have some questions also about this note. The first one, why does Sandra like London? Again, why does Sandra like London? So try to find the answer, please. Yes, right. She likes London because it's so green. Again, she likes London because it's so green. The next question, what are the activities that you can do in London? What are the activities that you can do in London? Right, you can go for a walk, have a picnic, or go jogging. Again, you can go for a walk, have a picnic, or go jogging. The last question, does it rain a lot in London? Does it rain a lot in London? Of course, yes. It rains a lot in London. So now you have 2 minutes to read again and try to answer the comprehension questions, which is below the page. Okay, now let's move to the question. The first one, we here should choose from M or S or P. Number 1 talks about going to the beach. Talks about going to the beach. So who said that? Who said that? Can you guess? Number 2 mentions places you can visit without paying. Mentions places you can visit without paying. Number 3 talks about meeting people from different countries. Talks about meeting people from different countries. 4 mentions walking a lot. Mentions walking a lot. 5 mentions eating many different things. Mentions eating many different things. Number 6 talks about rainy weather. Talks about rainy weather. Now let's check your answer. So the first one will be M for Maria. Number 2, S for Sandra. 3, P for Paul. 4, M for Maria. 5, P for Paul. And the last one, S for Sandra. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a good day.